This is the Padres POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, Padre fans? Welcome to your Padres POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. My name is Jim Grieshaber. Call me Grease. And the Padres with another win tonight over the LA Angels. I still want to say Anaheim for some reason. I don't know why, but a 5-1 win for the Pods tonight. Xander Bogaerts, a 3-run homer early in the game, and that was pretty much all she wrote. Randy Vasquez pitched brilliantly tonight. 6 innings of solid work to get the win and go to 3-3. Manny Machado extends the hit streak. Lockridge with a 2-run hit tonight as well, and that's pretty much all she wrote. A pretty well-played game, a pretty cleanly played game between the Padres and the Angels. And the Angels, you know, man, they don't have a good bullpen. We know this. And they kick the ball all over the yard defensively. They really do. But they can hit. And Vasquez did a good job against that lineup tonight. This is your Padres POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I want to thank you for making us your first watch or listen. Myself and Javier Reyes, Locked On Padres Podcast. We do a crossover pretty much every week where he's on my show once a week. I'm on his. And yeah, you know, it's we share the channels. We share you here on YouTube on Locked On Padres podcast channel. We share you on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeart, and we share you know, with OTT, yeah, you know me, on Roku, over the top television. So thank you for making us your first watch/listen every day, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And the Padres really playing well this year, as you know, man. They are really playing well, keeping pace with the Dodgers in the NL West with just a big stretch. And remember, they had a tough go of it for a while, but no, you know, they lost the series there. They had some tough when Merrill was out with Cronenworth and Arise, like they just weren't hitting, right? Remember that stretch? And look at them now. They're getting paid. Look, they're a half game out. The Dodgers, man, the Dodgers just keep on keeping on. You know what I'm saying? Like a bird that flew, tangled up in blue. And yeah, the Dodgers beat the A's 9-3 tonight, and they play the A's again tomorrow when the Padres are off. But then you got the Angels and the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine, and then they play the Diamondbacks at home, and they've already played the Diamondbacks, and they play the Mets and the Guardians. They got a bunch of playoff teams coming up back. So we'll see what happens there with the Dodgers. But the Padres have kept pace. It's been the bullpen. It's been the defense has been crazy. They've gotten timely hitting. They put a lot of pressure on the base pass. Really, really nice job by the Padres. All right, today's episode of your Padres POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network with me, Jim Grieshaber, is free on YouTube, free on Roku, and free wherever you get your podcast as well. And man, it's just a good one tonight for the Padres. We got a lot to do in a short time to get to it. This is your Padres POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am Jim Grieshaber. Call me Grease. Let's go.
This is what you'll be talking about.
What a night tonight for Xander Bogaerts with a 3-run homer. He's got 2 in his last, 3 games? He had 1 in his first 57, something like that. But a nice win for the Pods tonight. And look at that. Luis Arise. I mean, just it's not only are they a great team, I would say they're a really good team with a chance to be great. They have all the elements, right? They have the bullpen. They have the stars. They have the power-ish, right? You'd like to see another really big bat in the middle of that lineup. I really think I'd like to see that. They don't have that big masher in there. And look, you got your guy Tati hitting leadoff, right? And Manny's a 3-hitter. Ideally, would Manny Machado be a number 3 hitter? No, not to me. He'd be like a 5 or a 6 hole guy. When you think of like, you know, an Aaron Judge or a Shohei Ohtani, obviously the Padres don't have that kind of player. They don't have that kind of hitter. And, you know, I mean, what 2 teams do? The Dodgers and the Yankees, right? I mean, there's others. There's Bryce Harper. You don't have that either. But top to bottom, you got a 3-time batting champ. You got a perennial all-star in Manny. I'm not saying that you're hurting by any means. I'm just saying that you don't have that dude in the middle. Just like you don't have that dude at the top of the rotation. And I would say those are the only 2 things this team to be in the Dodgers or Yankees class to be on that level. And not to say they're there. I mean, they're close. They're right there. But they don't have that super stud besides Fernando. I'm talking about middle of the lineup guy. The guy that's going to go 35, 120. And, Fernando could do that in a leadoff hole. But I'm saying in the middle of the order, we get spoiled. No, Fernando's leadoff. We need someone like that also in the middle. And I don't see a problem with that. I think that, that's something that this guy would definitely like to see. No doubt. I love him. He's a great dude. Good manager, too. And there's certainly not anything to denigrate the players they have now. But if everybody kind of slid down a spot, I like Manny and Merrill at 3 and 5, and then whichever, either or, Manny 3 and Merrill 5. I'd say Merrill 3, and then like that big cleanup hitter. I don't know. Doesn't mean you have to have him, but I definitely would like to see that ace at the top of the rotation too. And I just don't think Michael King's going to be that guy, or Dylan Cease. I don't know. I like them both. I think they're great. I think they're right there. I think they're both 1Bs. But hey, the Padres won a great game tonight, and we got a lot to talk about. So let's get to it. All right, Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. Look at this, man. And I'll tell you this one more thing we're talking about here tonight, and that is your guy Vasquez, Randy Vasquez, and just this too. I want to show you this because it's just so dope. Look at that. I'm gonna put that back up in a minute. But first things first, look at Xander Bogey. You see him on the screen behind you. That follow through, seeing that ball all the way off the bat, following it out of the yard with those eyes. I mean, that's just beautiful right there. Textbook, right? Absolutely textbook. And look at that beautiful shot. And usually, you see the beautiful shots of Petco. You see the city buildings behind it. But that's a unique shot right there tonight. Nice job by our friends at Imagine. All right, so we're going to, literally, this game was easy to break down, right? And you think about this game tonight, it was Bogaerts with the 3-run homer in the first inning, man. And then Randy Vasquez, he just did what you're supposed to do when you get staked a 3-run lead in the first inning. You go 6 innings at least, right? You hold them down, and look, 4-hit ball. 6 innings of 4-hit ball. Nice job by Randy Vasquez. Goes to 3-3. Manny Machado extends the hit streak, right, to 13 games, 2 hits and 2 walks. I thought the hit streak was at 14 after tonight, but we'll have to double check that. Brandon Lockridge, 2-run single in the 8th. They've won 10 out of 14, the Pods, to keep pace with the Dodgers. Taylor Ward hit another homer for Anaheim. There I go again. For the Dodgers. They are not Los Angeles. I mean, come on, they're not. It's so arrogant of a city, to just incorporate and claim, at least call yourselves the Orange County Angels. For God's sake. I mean, does that not irritate you like it does me? It just bothers me. It bothers me. I feel like George Costanza. I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. It does. You know what I mean? And if you don't know who George Costanza is, just please look it up so I don't have to feel even worse about myself. But, 3 Padres relievers, again, 3 hitless innings. Great job. The bullpen had blown leads in 5 of its previous 6 games, which was, look, that's one thing about a baseball season. And the NBA is similar, and NHL, but 162 games, man, you're going to see every ebb, every flow. It's going to come. It's going to go. Your bullpen's going to be red hot like they were the best in baseball for a long time, and then you're going to blow 5 out of 6. You're going to score 34 runs in 2 games and then not score, what was it, in the middle game of this series, right? They couldn't hit anything. So that's just going to happen. It's going to be up. It's going to be down. You can never get too up when you're winning. You can never get too down when you're losing or struggling. And that's just the way the game goes. It ebbs and flows. It evens out. It very much is a game of averages throughout, all the way through. Long haul. And every game matters. Lose a game now, it's no different than losing a game in September, October, not a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, right? Kyle Hendricks, 5 hits over 6 innings for Los Angeles. That's the thing that's concerning too. This dude's 1 in 5 and he only gave up 5 hits over 6. They've had a lot of games where they've struggled offensively and a lot of games where they really put it together. Ward hit that home run, by the way, tonight, and I believe, which inning was that? Was it the second inning? Yeah, it was the second inning where he hit that homer. Second inning where he hit that homer. And Bogey was in the first. And it was a no-doubter, man. He creamed that thing. Nice job by Xander Bogaerts. But when you look at this game tonight, and we're going to look at the box on the other side, we're going to give you the star of the game. We're going to give you the turning point, and we're going to look ahead to tomorrow's matchup, which is interesting. Mariners coming in. Mariners just played the Yankees pretty tough. So we'll go over that a little bit, and we'll get you set, plus the star of the game, turning point, all that good stuff. And look at this. I just want to show you this again. I'll just leave that up there. Beautiful Petco Park. Or how about we even just leave this up here? Let's see. I'm just playing with the, that's the intro. I'm just playing with all the Beautiful elements they made me here. Look at that. Padres Postcast right here on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. My name's Jim Grieshaber. Call me Gries, Gries, at Jim Gries _ on social media. I told you what's coming, but first things first, we got a great deal from one of our incredible sponsors right here, Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day, and I am pumped to keep it going on the other side. Yeah, and I get to tell you about our friends at Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades. That's right, I'm talking to you, skilled tradesmen, women, wherever you are. Supply House, whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website, packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need, delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, discounts on every order, and more. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it is your turn. All right, join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM. and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies today with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Okay, Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. I'm very happy to have you with me here tonight. As always, make sure you smash that subscribe, hit the bell, you know what I'm saying, so you get alerts when we're coming your way with more content. Javi and myself, Locked On Padres podcast, and keep on coming back after the games for the postcast. We're here on YouTube, we're here on Roku, we're here on Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, wherever you get your podcasts, all right? And we are here after every game. We got a couple things to do in a short time to do them in. So what do you say we get to it? First things first is the box score. The Angels just hit home runs. I mean, they only had 4 hits tonight. One of them was a Ward homer. He hit a homer to obviously win the game against Suarez. So it is what it is. But I just want to see how Suarez is too. You know, I really long term, you know, it's just, tonight, it looked like it's not going to affect him, but it's a 5-1 game. And it's a perfect way, honestly, for Mike Schilt and for Ruben Niebla to get Suarez back in there and get him comfortable again. You send him out there in a 1-run game or somebody on base even or something, you know, extra innings, whatever it is. Very different after that situation he was just in. Get that autonomic nervous system back into that groove that he's been in. And certainly not a save tonight, but a wonderful performance. 2 strikeouts in 1 inning. Same with Morejon, same with Jacob. So nice job by the pen tonight after a few, you know, days of not being so good, honestly speaking. Blowing 5 out of 6, I think it was. 4 out of 5 out of 6, whatever it was. Fernando 0 for 4 tonight with a walk. Still got on base once. But an off night at the dish for Tati. 1 for 4 for Arise with a run scored. Manny 2 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored. Manny, why you bugging? Jackson Merrill, 0 for 4, average down to 412, dipping down. Pretty soon he'll be below Ted Williams at 406. Can you imagine he hit 406 for a season? 406, man. Unbelievable. As great as Tony Gwynn was, think about that. Man, how many times did he get close? It's just crazy how hard that is. And Jackson Merrill started the season on fire. To be hitting that high of an average this late in the year, even, you know, because the injury helped too. It didn't help. He was out, but I mean, like, that's a number of games that he missed where the average could have dipped below by now had he played in those games. But this late in the season is pretty dope. And then Xander, man, 3 RBIs, 1 for 4, 2 runs scored, had another time reaching base as well. Gavin Sheets 0 for 4, Cronenworth 2 for 3 with a walk, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs for Lockridge, and then Maldonado 0 for 3 with a walk. I believe everybody besides Jackson Merrill reached base tonight. Oh, Merrill and Sheets. That sounds like a law firm or an accounting firm, doesn't it? Merrill and Sheets. They're the only 2 guys who didn't reach base tonight. As far as the pitchers go, really good job by Randy Vasquez tonight. Was phenomenal. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned because the home run to Taylor Ward. Walked 1, struck out 5, 90 pitches for him. And then I mentioned the 3 relievers did a fantastic job in back of them. And, real quick for Anaheim, in case you're looking for whatever reason, maybe, a little prize picks, little FanDuel or whatever. But Hendricks went 6, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, a walk, and 4 Ks with a homer, allowed 85 pitches. He falls to 1-5 with a 5.18 ERA. All right, Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. And, of course, we already took the break. We got a couple of things to do before we go. Here's one.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
One swing of the bat. That's all it took. Just one swing from Xander Bogaerts. A 3-run shot in the bottom of the first inning off Kyle Hendricks. And that was all the San Diego Padres needed, with Randy Vasquez pitching brilliantly tonight. So there you have it. Xander with the homer to left field, almost 400 feet. Arraez and Machado scored. Luis had single to left, and Machado had single to center, sending Arraez to third. And that was after Fernando had flown out to center. And then obviously Ward hit the homer in the top of the second. But in the bottom of the first, it's 3-0. And you pitched 1 inning and you're staked the 3-run lead. You go out and you do what our next award winner did tonight, and that would be your player.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Who could it be? 6 innings, pitching like a G tonight. How about our guy, Randy Vasquez, 3-3, doing really good work at the bottom of the rotation. Pavetta's kind of the bridge from the top to the bottom. Hart didn't fare so well. He's gone. Look at what Kolek's doing, right? Kolek's pitching great. So maybe kick King down with the King and Dylan Cease to exist. King and Cease, and then you got Pavetta. You know what I mean? So I think that with Vasquez and Kolek, you're all right. And then you got you Darvish. Next year, Musgrove, but who knows about next year? He might try to come back this year for the playoffs, but we'll see. Darvish always pitches good in October. It's a luxury to have this hot start and be able to let him continue to get ready and be ready to pitch. So your star of the game is Randy Vasquez, 6 innings pitched. And again, he held it down tonight for the Padres. 5-1 the final. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, Gries, at Jim Grease _ on social media. Thanking you so much for being here. Locked On Padres podcast every day. Postcast after every game. Myself, Javier Reyes, man, those numbers are so good on the channels. Roku, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeart, you name it. We are here for you, and we are free with your team every day on the Locked On Podcast Network. Keep your game tight and your mind right, San Diego. 5-1 Padres. They take 2 out of 3. Mariners coming in tomorrow to face the Padres. And real quick, before we bounce on out of here, let you know, Stephen Kolek, the collector, is back on the mound, 2-0 with a 0 ERA in his first 2 career starts. I think that's a pretty good start to a starting pitcher's career after coming out of the bullpen. And I think that Ruben Niebla and Mike Schild made the right move. Just a hunch. Logan Evans will pitch, by the way, 1-1 with a 6.6 ERA for the Mariners. And first pitch is at 6:40. And we'll be here right after the game with your postcast. Keep your game tight and your mind right, San Diego. Thank you for watching, listening to Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.